Evening, my dears. I had a little think about that last video I did about sharks, the big shark one, which didn't seem to get anybody's interest, but never mind, it's there. And in that, the thrust of it was that we're getting warmer through global warming, so the sharks are going to get bigger and more varied in species. That's completely wrong for us. We're in the UK, and having looked into it a bit more, what happened to us is because the Arctic warms up faster, the water up there gets a bit warmer. That takes the steam out of the AMOC, the Atlantic Meridional overturning current, which depends on going up to the Arctic with warm water and then getting really cold and plunging back down, and that fuels the movement back. That will slow down or kill off our Gulf Stream, as we've always called it, which keeps us much warmer and more temperate than we should be, considering the latitude we're at. Gives us the climate, the weather and everything that we're normally used to. Now, sea temperatures at the moment are up. That appears to be an 80-year cycle. That's why the tuna come here every 80 years. So they were in the 1930s, now they're back. They'll be gone again in a few years, 10 years maybe, when it cools down a bit. But that's a different cycle on top of everything else. So it seems that long term we could expect our seas to get rougher and colder, and we'll have a lot more rain. So this weather that we're having now might be it. It'll get colder. So instead of fishing for exotic sharks, I mean, I'll be 192, so it won't matter. Instead of fishing for exotic sharks and more tuna and Mediterranean species or subtropical species, we might find ourselves about where Norway is now. So we would be shore fishing for huge cod, halibut, plenty of pollock, plenty of coalfish, lots and lots of flatfish of various sorts, plaice and dabs and things like that. They all like the cold. Go to Iceland, the dab fishing is superb. Flatfish everywhere, all around the Norwegian fjords. That's the sort of fishing we would have, not exotic tropical stuff, but more cold water stuff. Food for thought there, because they got it completely backwards. So some countries, if you're living in Florida, you're going to get warmer and wetter, and things are going to work out different for you because you don't have that current keeping you particularly warm. You just are warm and you're going to get warmer. So that's a little correction and a couple of thoughts on that idea. I mean, as for it being rougher, it's been pretty rough for the last 2 months. We've been out in storms, before storms, after storms, in the middle of storms. It's been wet, windy. The amount of places we can actually fish has been cut drastically. We can't fish the estuaries very much because the amount of fresh water that's coming down. We can't fish anywhere that's west or south facing half the time because it's just too rough, and even when it calms down it's full of weed and God knows what. So we're kind of limited to where we can go, which is being porthcawl a lot because it faces east, northeast-ish, so it's sheltered. Nabrock would be the same, it'd be sheltered in these winds. Apart from that, you get up by the Severn Estuary. We've just come past there now, and that looks okay. We'll have to give that a bash. We're in between then, not that many places. Jackson's Bay down Cardiff way, we could fit in there. That's sheltered. And then it'd just be little bits and bobs where you've got rocky headlands and you can tuck in on the other side, but then you've got to deal with massive surf maybe. We were out, I don't even know what day it was, but a couple of days ago in that storm, Bran, and the swells are 4.2 meters, and if you watch that video you'll see them coming over the pier spraying up 50 feet or more. Now you're not going to hold the bottom in that. We went up on the prom and you could barely stand up in the wind, and the breakers were starting 400 or 500 meters out, and it was huge, gnarly. If you had a 2-pound grip lead you might hold, but how the hell are you going to cast that? And where you're going to stand, where you're going to fish from, it's just hopeless. So for the meantime we're stuck. I know some people are whinging because we're just down porthcawl all the time, but there's literally nowhere else to go. And it does have, on occasion, those big conger eels, which is what we're after, because nobody wants to spend all day fishing for pin whiting or dogfish, and there's pretty much nothing else about. So it's conger or bust. We're going to go down Penarth Pier now Wednesday and try that, which will be today for you and a couple of days ahead for me. If that makes any sense. It's a bit like Doctoroo, but we'll give that a go, see what happens. Last time we fished down that way, we were on a boat 100 metres off the end of Penarth on an all-nighter, and there were lots of conger eels about, so we're kind of hopeful. We'll see what we can do. But I thought I'd make this video because I got that pretty much arse backwards, and unfortunately we may not be getting all those big exotic fish. But halibut will be alright. Like I say, I'll be 192 or 105 or 5,000,006, I'm not sure, but a big shore caught halibut off of South Wales beach, that would be something to see. I'm sure rays, various rays seem to like that, the big skates and that, they should do alright. So perhaps that's what we'll be fishing for instead. Anyway, we'll have to hang around for another 50 years to find out. So, some of you will be able to do that, some of us won't. Or we might, who knows. But either way, we're going to have a bloody good laugh while we find out. Because that's what we do. We're not the most serious fishermen in the world, but we do have fun. And we do get out. So, cheer us along a bit. Like, subscribe, comment, call us whatever you want. We don't care, we don't mind. Get it in the comments, there's something to do. And we shall see you for the next fishing adventure, where, as usual, we should catch bugger all, because we're good at it lately. It's just one of those things. Hopefully the rivers will drop, we can go grayling fishing, and we might actually catch some fish. We shall see. But it doesn't look good, because tomorrow we got weather warnings for rain in Wales. 100 millimetres, 40 millimetres, depending on where you are. That's a lot. That's an inch to 3.5 inches. Rivers are going to be up, estuaries will be unfishable. Sea will be full of leaves, full of trees, full of plastics, full of crap, full of dead dogs, you name it. It's all going to come down and make the fishing a little bit more difficult. Because surprisingly enough, a lot of our sea fish don't like fresh water, and we're having a lot of it, and it just pushes them out, further out to sea where we can't get to them. So, see what we can do. Ta-ta for now.